Okay, so today we'll discuss about those assignments. I think first one everyone connected, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Connecting to Linux instance and Windows instance. I don't think everyone have doubts.
No, it's
No, Shrikant, all good.
Okay, so everyone able to connect to for Windows. Windows, can you explain the steps how we can connect to Windows instance? So we need to use the RDP protocol in the security group. Then what is the username for Windows?
administration.
Administrator.
Administrator is the Windows username, and how we are going to get the password.
For need to create RDS or SSH client, and then we can.
Yeah, we need to generate the password by submitting that PEM key. Okay,
Yes.
we need to get the password, and that password we need to enter.
Yes.
Okay, so then we can use most of the Windows servers kind of things. Okay, and for Linux we are using Putty, but instead of Putty we can use Mobile Extreme, those kind of tools also we can use. There are a lot of tools. Then assume I have one Linux mission, Linux 1 I'll call, and I have one more is called as Linux 2. Okay, then from Windows 2 I connected to Linux 1, and from Linux 1 to I need to connect it to
Linux.
Linux 2. Say here I have my laptop having Windows, but in some use cases in your laptop itself you may have a Mac or Linux. Then I need to connect it to another Linux mission. So now how we can connect to another mission using that is from Windows to Linux. I'll connect through PuTTY or
Mobile stream.
yeah, say maybe like mobile exterm. Say any of the tools. There are a lot of like such kind of
Shell
tools
script.
also we have. Okay, so from those tools we are going to connect. Then connecting to Linux, so what we are doing here is we are using the command called SSH. Normally, if it is a normal mission, we need to enter the username and that IP address. Then it is going to prompt me
Another Linux.
it is going to prompt me the password for me. It is going to prompt me the password. But in this use case, we don't have the password. Then we have got the PEM key. Okay, assume in my environment, my PEM key is Linux key pair dot PEM, because in the open like in the sh kind of thing, it is supporting open sh format itself, and we need to use PEM file itself. And what is that extension of PEM means? What is the extension of PEM?
Dot.
PEM
Dot
stands for
.pem.
private
Enhanced mail.
enhanced mail. So PEM stands for private enhanced
Mail.
mail. Okay, so then here we are going to collect all those PEM files. Then once we started the PEM, okay, so what we need to do is, so what we need to do from the PEM file?
We need to create one.
Yeah, we need to say, suppose here, what is the command here to connect to that Linux machine is sh-i, that key pair, okay, then username and that IP address. Okay, that IP address we are going to use. So using this, we are going to connect to
Linux 2.
say
Linux 1.
Linux mission. Okay, so Linux mission, we are going to connect. Okay, any doubts on this? Okay, so then here it by default, if you use this, it will throw one error. Any idea what is that error?
Shrikant, do we
Yeah.
have to give the path with the key pay path?
If it is in the same mission, then say if it is in the local directory, you don't need to give. Otherwise, we need to give that path also where that key pair is there.
Okay.
If it is in the same mission, then directly you can give that path. Okay, but still,
Especially for
yeah.
the instances, like for AWS instances.
No. In your local mission, where is that path is important.
Okay.
If it is in the same mission, then you no need to give. If it is in the same directory, then no need to give.
Okay.
If it is in another mission, then we need to give that path.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then here still will get one error. Any idea?
Yes, it's too open. We need to
Yeah,
change to
so
port.
suppose by default, we are getting we are getting the file level. We have like 400 is required. Okay, but we have like more permissions we have for that file, that is not recommended. Okay, so in order to do that, what we need to do? Say chmod
72.
400. Okay, that key pair dot ppk is not supported. First you need to give that key pair dot pem. After that, sh hyphen I key pair dot pem username at the rate that password we need to enter. Okay, sorry, username at the rate IP address we need to enter. If it is the within the same network in the VPC, then private also is fine. Otherwise, we need to enter the
Public.
public IP we need to enter. Okay, public IP we need to enter. Okay, so using this, we are going to connect to one remote Linux server. Okay, so that PEM file of the second mission Linux key should be on your first mission. Okay, that second mission key should be there in your first mission. Then only it is going to connect. Okay, so then only it is going to
Connect.
connect. Okay, say any doubts on this?
No.
Okay.
So can we do directly to
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Say, can
real
I get to two instances? Anyone have the instances? I'm not able to log into the account.
okay, so I will share.
Yeah, IP address and those PEM keys you give. Then how to copy the files from uh, Windows to Linux also we already discussed. We can have a WinSCP kind of tool. Okay, so once we have the WinSCP kind of tool, what we can do is, so we need to open the WinSCP, and in that WinSCP, what we need to enter is, we need to enter the new site. Then here we need to use the host name and SFTP kind of protocol. Here SFTP or SCP also is fine. Okay, then like here don't use WebDAV or Amazon S3. Amazon S3 will use for like you want to copy to S3 bucket. Then we need the host name, then username and password. Instead of password, go to advanced options, and in the advanced options go to authentication. In that authentication you need to enter that public key file, and from that we need to submit here. WinSCP also supports the PEM or PPK.
PPK.
PPK itself. So here we need to take the PPK we need to convert, and from that we are going to connect. Then once we connect, here left side will get all the public files, Windows files will get, and these all we are getting. These all we are getting the Linux files. As of now, both are in the same mission, and just we need to take the backup of that drag and drop. Those all we can do from either Windows to Linux or Linux to Windows. Also, we can copy. So that is the purpose we are going to use the WinSCP kind of software also. Okay. So then Linux to Linux. Say how to copy the files from Linux to Linux. Say
Using
suppose I
SCP.
have one Linux mission, in that I have the source file, because previously WinSCP we used to copy the files from Windows to Linux or Linux to Windows. But I want to copy the files from.
Linux to Linux.
Okay, so Linux to Linux, we need to take the backup. Okay, so for all these, what we are going to do is, so we need to use the command. SCP is the command. Any idea what is the meaning of SCP? So what is the meaning of SCP? So SCP stands for secure copy. SCP stands for the secure copy. Using that secure copy, we can connect from one, like we can copy the files from one instance to another instance. Okay, so then what we need to do, that remote mission, what we require to copy the files? To
Keep it.
copy the files, what we required?
Keep it.
Yeah, so here we required we required the key pair of that first mission key pair or second mission.
Second mission. Keep it.
Second mission key pair we required. So then what is going to happen is, say SCP hyphen I, that key pair. Okay, then we need to give the source path. Okay, then username @ that IP address, then colon, that destination path we need to specify. Okay, say SCP stands for Secure Copy Protocol. SCP path, that username @ that remote mission IP address, colon, that path to that remote directory. Okay, so then if we want to copy a directory, we need to add one more step. Any idea? So the same command, but we need to add one more option here. That option is -r also we need to add. So if I add the -r, what is going to happen is, so any idea what is the meaning of -r?
Recursive for directory
It's a
copy.
recursive for the directories, all the inside files also we need to copy. So that is the purpose we are going to use. -r also we are going to take. Okay, so normal we know, for the file you no need of this, but when we want to copy the directory, so then we need to take the backup of that file, we need to take it. Okay, so then here we need, so suppose here we are using SCP. Any idea other than SCP, like if you have the bulk, and what is that, sorry, what is the destination? What is the destination here? Destination is to which directory we want to copy, that path we need to give. Okay. So that the destination is the path of the source mission from to which mission we need to copy. That we need to specify. That we need to specify. Okay. So one second. So what did you shade?
Then you need ID or password, like the IP address. Hello.
I didn't get that. Only IP I got.
I have shared one PEM key file also.
PEM key I didn't get. One.
But I'll share my ID and
Yeah,
password.
Linux to Linux PEM, right?
Yes, yes. I will share my ID and password.
Yeah, can you share me that username password message?
Yes, yes.
WhatsApp also fine.
Okay.
Okay, so once we copy that SCP, is there another command is there to copy that? Okay, so now my say suppose here Linux has given one more. If you have a large kind of data we are transferring, okay, then we have one more command. Okay, that is called as rsync. Okay, for the bulk kind of transfers or repeated kind of transfers, we need to use Okay, so rsync also is one of the command. Rsync is also one of the command. Okay, say sh access need to be done. Okay, either SCP we can use or rsync we can use. Either SCP or rsync. Any of these options we are going to use. Okay, so let me connect to EC2 instance. Sorry, AWS account I'll connect. Yeah, can you send me that MFA?
Yes, sir. So, four five triple seven two.
Yeah, let me check. So now here,
In Virginia. I created in Virginia.
yeah, I think you have already one mission, right? Linux to Linux.
Yes.
That PIM is working, right?
Yes, yes. Just I have created only instance in there
Okay, sure.
in Virginia.
So we're in the North Virginia region.
I have created one.
So if I go to this instance, so this is the I'll keep this as a first instance. Okay, I'll try to connect it to this instance. I have already that PPK also, but that Manoj shared to me. Then I'm using the puttygen. I'm trying to convert that into PPK. So again here passphrase we no need to use. So I'm giving Linux to Linux PPK. I'll connect it to this first mission. Meanwhile, I'll create one more Linux instance. This instance will use for the second instance. So first instance is it Ubuntu?
Amazon Linux.
Amazon Linux. Then I'll create a second instance.
Ubuntu.
Second instance we are going to keep is as Ubuntu.
Okay.
So t2.micro and it's Ubuntu Server 2404. I'm creating a new key pair. So I'm giving this as the Ubuntu key pair. Both the instances can have the same key pair, but I'm not using like that. And I'm downloading PEM itself because for Linux it doesn't support PPK format. PEM itself is supported. Okay, I got this Linux PEM also. No issues. First, I'll connect it to that first instance. I'm launching this instance. With the default options itself, I'm continuing. I'm launching those instances. Okay, so once I got this instance, this is the second, this is the first instance. Linux to Linux is the first instance. Otherwise, I'll change this into first Amazon Linux. This is okay. And the second one we have is second instance, that is the Ubuntu instance. Okay, then the first instance we can connect through the putty itself. I'm connecting. Okay, so because it's a Windows machine. So then I'm opening putty or mobile extreme also we can use. This is the key pair I have created. Okay, so I accept this. Then I'm going to run that as, sorry, I'll restart the session. The username is EC2 hyphen
User.
user. The EC2 hyphen user. Okay, so then here I can go to change settings, appearance. I'll change the font size also. Okay, so once I change this one, then here I'm like I want to connect it to that second instance. From this Linux to that second instance I want to connect. Then I know the second instance IP address I know. So if I go to here, I go to this instance. Then that second instance IP I need to get. Okay, but just I'm trying as a traditional way. Say that SH username is that is Ubuntu. That public IP I have entered. Okay, so then it won't connect to this because I don't have the key is not there. Okay, then like try to understand here. What I need to do is say in my Linux one, that means first Linux, second second instance PEM key should be copied. But where is now that is? That is now in my Windows machine. Then using the WinSCP, I'll copy this one. Okay, I'll copy this to. I hope you got it right. Then here I need to enter the IP of what? First instance or second instance?
First instance.
First instance. Okay, so that is somewhere 3 dot. So username for the first instance is EC2 hyphen user. There is no password. Authentication. They still here that first instance PPK itself I am going to provide. Then this is the first instance. EC2 user is my home directory. Then in my download somewhere, I'll have my second instance PEM key. I'll copy that to Linux instance. Say 25th at 7:35, 7:38. I copied this one. Then this I'm going to copy to this. Okay, so I copied this instance. Then I'm in the first instance, and if I type ls, okay, I got that key pair. Okay, so then here ls hyphen al if I use, so for that key pair, what is the key pair? Ubuntu key pair I got like 664 I got. because read and write, and read I got 664. Okay. So for the others, having 6 also is one of the risky kind of thing, because what is the risk?
It's going to be in public, so
Yeah,
that's
because everyone can read that. Because if someone read your password, they can misuse it or not.
yes, yes.
So that is the risk here we have. But by default, we are getting that 664 permissions we are getting. With that, if I try to connect to that second instance, it throws an error. Say sh. Anyhow, I try to log into this. Say in this, I'm passing that sh key also. Then what is the error? It throws. We'll see sh hyphen I. Then that key pair name is Ubuntu keypair.pem, and Ubuntu that at the rate that second instance. Why I have given Ubuntu is that second instance is Ubuntu. If it is Amazon Linux, we need to give EC2 hyphen user. Then here also we got a different error. What is that? Is bad permissions. But we have enough permissions, but having more permissions also, AWS is not allowing for the security reasons. Then chmod, I'm changing to 400. For that key pair, Ubuntu keypair.pem. Okay, then what I'm trying to do is that sh, the same command I'm going to try.
Now
Okay, so then try to remember this private IP address 172.31.29.247 is my first mission. And anyhow, that username is ec2-user. Then if I connect to this, it is showing as a Ubuntu at the rate that IP address. What this meaning is, I connected to
second,
second instance. Okay, then if I exit, again I came back to
first, first.
first instance. If I want to connect again, sh hyphen I Ubuntu keypair.pem, then username at the rate that remote IP address. I hope everyone is clear, right?
Yes,
Then like we'll do in reverse method. That means first I'll connect you to
second,
first I'll connect you to Ubuntu. From Ubuntu to we'll try to connect you to
first. Line.
Amazon Linux. Okay. So please guide me. I'll close both the sessions. Anyhow, that's closed. Now, first I want to connect it to
Putty or pen.
yeah, putty gen I need to use, because second key also I have the only the PEM file.
Yes, we need to create PPK.
Yeah, PPK. Then I'll go to my downloads. All files. So this is the Ubuntu key pair. Then I'm saving this as a private key. In my desktop, I'm storing. I'm keeping Ubuntu second PPK. Okay, then I'm opening the putty. Sorry, this is first instance.
So we need to IP address for second.
I need to copy the second, that means Ubuntu mission.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the second instance IP. Go. Then SH authentications. So PPK I have given. So here this is the Ubuntu. Then I need to connect to that Amazon Linux mission. But still on the second mission, I want that first mission key pair. Then for that, I'm going to use the WinSCP.
Copy that.
Yeah, so now here I need to copy that second instance. Okay, see here the username is Ubuntu. That ppk I need to give.
Not possible.
Yeah, say here this is the Linux to Linux PEM. Sorry,
Go to PPK file.
yeah, I need to. Sorry. This Ubuntu ppk I need to give. So once I copied, I need to copy that file. So now this is connecting to Ubuntu. In that we need to copy that first mission. I think it's in the desktop itself.
Yes.
I'll go to my desktop. Linux to Linux PEM. But actually better to give a good name for that without having the spaces.
Yes.
Okay, so now that's saved. Then here I need to press ls, and for this file also we'll have like a 644 itself. Directly I'm changing 400. L should be capital, and I given the PEM file. Okay, then what I need to do is sh hyphen I that linux.pem, and the second say
EC2
here that
user.
username is
EC2 user.
EC2 hyphen
You
user at the
and
rate that second instance
iPad.
IP we need to give, that is something 3.x. So 3.90 something we have. Sorry, at the rate is missing here after EC2 hyphen user. At the rate we need to give. sh hyphen I Linux Amazon PEM EC2 hyphen user. That IP address copied wrongly. Okay, so 3 dot something. This is where connected to this mission. If I keep exit, again that comes to Ubuntu mission. If I want to connect, again sh hyphen like this here. If I have hundreds of missions also, as the Linux admin, we need to connect to all these missions also. Now I'm in the Ubuntu, right? So now here I'll create one file. Okay, so I'll try to create one file. Okay, so now using the editor, I'm creating some my file dot test something I'm creating in the editor. Then I'm going to exit that file. So now here in my mission, I have my file dot test, but this file like is in the Ubuntu. I want to copy to the second mission. I want to copy to the second mission. Then SCP, that key pair I need to give. What is that key pair name? Some
Measurements. Some
Linux.
L capital.
Yeah, L is capital because Linux is case sensitive.
Yes.
Then we need to use the source path. So my source path is my file dot test. Then remote mission username is
EC2 user at
EC2
the rate,
hyphen user at the rate that
IP address.
3.90 dot, what is that mission?
That is Amazon Linux.
That is Amazon Linux. Then I want to copy to home EC2 user. That is my home directory. Okay, so to this I want to copy. Now that file got copied to that remote mission. I'll connect it to that second mission and I'll verify that file is connected or not. To connect to that second mission, what I need to do? sh
SSH. Same thing.
hyphen I. Okay, then EC2 hyphen user at the rate that IP address. Then I'm in the which directory? Home EC2 user, right? Then this file is my file dot txt is copied. Then here I'll do some more a new file dot txt. Then this file I want to copy to the second mission.
Okay. So CD we can do CD.
SCP hyphen I. Say here this is ubuntu.keypad.pem. Then that username is ubuntu at the rate that remote mission IP address. I will enter this time private IP also. If both are in the same VPC, then no problem. Okay, then colon home
AC, AC2.
Ubuntu I'm giving because that there we don't have that EC2 user. Okay, say in that Ubuntu, right?
Yes, yes.
Something it is throwing. CP hyphen. Yeah, we didn't give the source file. So what is the source file we have created is new file dot text.
Yes.
Yes, I need to enter. Now that has been added. So now here if I click exit, anyhow that I'll come to Ubuntu instance itself. Okay, so present working directory is home Ubuntu. Then here if I type ls, that new file dot test has been created. In order to copy the files, I said one more, right? What is that?
rsync.
rsync. That is I'm giving as of now assignment. Okay. So try to copy the files even from the rsync also. Okay. So then we'll come to the next scenario. So Windows to Linux also we done. SCP also we have done. And then we need to increase the size for okay, so we need to increase the size for the Linux instance. That is, as of now, we created around 8 GB or 10 GB, right? So that size, we need to increase. As of now, we have Windows, uh, which version we have? Ubuntu 24.04 or Amazon Linux we have. Okay, so need to increase root volume, we need to increase. As of now, we don't have the additional volume. We created the root volume. Okay, so that we need to increase the increase the size. Okay, so in order to perform these operations, definitely we need to stop the instance. Okay, so we need to stop the instance should be stopped state. Okay, so then like once we stop that, there may be sometimes chances are there for the IP maybe changes, but we'll see. So I'll go to that Ubuntu instance. Okay, so now here say here what is the a command we are going to use is sorry, not U hyphen H. So now here in that 8 GB also again it is splitted into this and dev root we have, and in this we are going to like increase the size of this volume. So we need to increase the size of this volume. We need to increase. Okay, so then we'll try to work on this. Okay, so now for this, what I'm trying to do is I'll go to that instance. Say if I go for the volumes, have my volume would be there. As of now, we have two instances, then two instance volumes, and both the instances we have around 8 GB of that that corresponding volume. We need to identify which instance is using which one. Okay. We go to these instances. Second one is the Ubuntu. And if I scroll down, storage. So this dev HDA one we have, that is the device name, 8 GB of the storage we have. I'll go to that volume. B56 is the storage for this. This is the storage we have. Okay, so then what I'm trying to do is I'll try to like we can attach a new volume or we can modify. Okay, but whenever we are doing in the real time, okay, it's mandatory we need to shut down the instance also. We need to shut down the instance. So this size I'm going to increase to 12 GB. I'm going to increase the 12 GB. I'm going to increase. Okay, so now what I done is,
volume is increased.
yeah. So here it increased to 12 GB, but I'll go to that instance. Till it is showing as like size is not increased yet. Okay, so that means we need to run additionally some commands. We need to increase the size of that. So we need to increase the size of that volume. All those we need to increase. Okay, so for this, like we have grow part or resize to FS. Those options we need to use. So by default, it's not going to be connected. So by default, it's not allowing to connect. Okay, so it's only from the attaching from the or modifying from the volume, it is not increasing the size. Only on the volume level it is increasing. But what is the problem here is at the OS level, even in the Windows also, by default it won't recognize that device the OS is not going to increase that. Okay, so then here we need to increase that the size of that. For that we need to use grow part or we need to use those commands in order to increase the volume size. Okay, as of now, which volume we are increasing? So which volume? Root volume. Some scenarios we may add a additional attach volume also we may be done. So we don't attach the root volume in some use cases. Okay, so we need to increase the which volume we want to attach that specific volume also we need to perform. Okay, so that volume also we need to uh, uh, perform, and in the production better to take a snapshot also before doing the any of these kind of changes on the production level. Definitely we need to do the production level, we need to do the changes also. And here we have one command. What are the block devices we have? Because it's having the EBS is comes under the block device. And in Linux, we have one command like lsblk. Say lsblk is one of the Linux command. And in this, we are getting that xvda we have, right? That xvda is the root volume, and how much we have given there? how much that 12 GB it's showing in this XVDA, it is showing that like 12 GB, but still on the file system level it is not showing. Okay, so df hyphen if I use this, it is not completely showing that space. Okay, so it's not showing the complete space. Okay, still that is showing that 6.8 kind of GB itself we need to use. And in order to recognize which type of file system we have, okay, I'm going to recognize that file system lsblk itself I'm using hyphen f. Okay, say ls blk hyphen f I'm going to use. Say in this I'm going to get that whether we are using ext4 or we are using xfs kind of thing. Okay, so then here the steps are different for exd like ext4 or xfs we have. So now here what is that size is like here if you see here we have the ext4, right? Okay, so ext4 because we are getting xvda1, that is a block, and in that we are getting we are using like a ext4. Then in order to use this, we need to use one utility is required, that is called as grow part. What is that?
Group.
Grow part. Say grow part we need to use. Okay, but in our mission by default we are not getting go part, we are not getting. So by default we are not getting grow part, we are not getting. Okay, say that's the reason we need to install grow part also, we need to install. So grow part also we need to install that grow part also, we need to install this. Then here I'll try to use go part. Definitely I need to give the sudo permissions
So,
also.
sudo install.
Okay, so now I think grow part has been installed. If you don't have the grow part, then try to install
Group.
the grow part also you need to install. Okay, then here we need to extend that partition. Okay, to the full size we need to increase. Okay, so to the full size we need to increase. Okay, say lsblk. So to get that hyphen f we are using, and here xvda 1. Okay, so then I'm going to extend that grow part. What is the name of this?
Slash div slash.
Come again.
Slash div slash x video one.
XVDA. Normally, like we'll get N1 like that. We'll get that name. What is the name we are getting here? Say here /dev/xvda, that number 1 we need to give. So now we need to check that what is the size we are getting. Yeah. So now that is increased to, like previously we have, if you see here the size
6.8. Now we see this 11.
6.8 GB it used to show, but now that has been increased to
11 GB.
Yeah, so that's in that only 1.8 GB is used. Okay, so these in the same way, try to do it for Amazon Linux also, try to do this. Okay, then I'll share the steps also. Then on the Windows also, you need to increase the file size. Okay, then this is the very common method we'll do. Sometimes, okay, so what maybe people will ask us is to reduce the size also. 90% will increase the size itself in the real time. But very rare cases, they may create it at the time of starting itself, they have given more number of, more size they have given. But what we need to do?
To
So
decrease
we need to reduce the
size.
also. That's also we'll discuss. Okay, so as of now for Windows, it's compared to Linux, it's easy. Try to increase that size also. Okay, so this for the Windows, I'm giving this size, and reduce also we'll discuss. Then changing the instance size is very simple. Okay, so changing the instance size is very simple. So one thing, say here, one important point is there while changing the instance size that we'll discuss. As of now, we have T2 dot micro. Go to actions. So here we have a change instance type. Okay, so why that option is gray out for us?
We need to stop.
Because the instance is in the running state, it's not possible to change the instance. Okay, even while doing that volume also at the production level, it's mandatory. We need to shut down the instance and take a snapshot, then only do these kind of operations. This is not the production environment. That is the reason I'm doing. But in the real time, it's mandatory. We need to take a snapshot before doing this. Okay, and for the instance size also, so what they're expecting, we need to reduce. Sorry, we need to shut down the instance. So I'm stopping that instance. So that putty session got disconnected, no issues. Okay, so now in the GUI also what we need to get that is, in the GUI also we need to get that instance should be stopped state. So even at the stopping state also we don't get that. So now it's go to stopped state, right? Go to instance settings. Okay, sorry, we need to select that instance. Instance settings. Then here this we need to do. So suppose here we have the change the instance type. So changing the instance type, definitely we need to consider like a which compatibility of that also we need to change. Okay, so that means it doesn't support all the things. Okay, so that means we may have lot of options, but we need to check the compatibility also, whether that is compatible or not. Okay, and here also they're telling, right, only instance types with x86 or 32-bit architecture only can be chosen. So before doing that kind of upgrade or vertical scaling, okay, so what we need to choose is, we have T2.micro, and with the T2.micro, this says suppose I want to move to C1 medium, whether those are compatible or not. So we need to check that also. And say suppose here, for the T2.micro and C1 medium, they're going to give the complete comparison also. And here, if I choose the C1.medium instance type, does not support changing the CPU options also. So these kind of compatibility issues also we need to consider. Okay, and the image like instance comparison. Whenever we are doing at the T2 family, try to increase on the T2 family itself, maybe the higher size, try to increase. Okay, but that compatibility matrix definitely we need to check. Then we are going to increase the instance size. Okay, so we need to increase the volume and instance size also. I'm not going to perform here. Otherwise, we have one more option is available to do the vertical scaling. What is that is, you go to that instance settings. Okay, so in the instance settings, what we can do is credit specification also we can choose. So if I enable this unlimited mode, what is going to happen is, we'll get the unlimited credit also we'll get. Okay, so either one option is we can change the instance size, we can change, or we can use unlimited mode also we can change it. Okay, say what is the difference between them? What is the difference?
We need to stop that first and then we
No, no, not that. So what is the difference between changing the instance size and the credit specification?
credit specification means whatever we want, so we can.
Whenever we want, only at that moment we are increasing the CPU and memory.
Yes. So
But if it is only burstable kind of instance sizes only supports, because T2, T3, these kind of instances are burstable. Okay, for the burstable kind of instances only, it is supporting. For the normal one, it is not supported to do that. And one more is, if I have a T2.micro, if I specify the credit specification, the maximum resources I will get is, in the T2 family, what is the maximum I am getting, that only I'm getting. But in the but billing is, which is cheaper,
this is change credit specification.
credit specification, because only for the usage only we need to pay.
Yes.
Okay, but in the another scenario, what we need to do is, whether I use it or I didn't use it for 24 hours, I need to pay the money.
Yes.
Okay, so it depends upon all these factors. Either you can suggest to go for credit specification is one solution, or the second solution, what we can suggest to the client is,
We can create other.
yeah, so we can change the instance size also. Both comes under vertical scaling or horizontal scaling.
Both comes in vertical scale.
Vertical itself. Okay, in AWS, how we can do like a horizontal scaling?
There we need
Auto
to,
scaling.
yes,
Yeah, we need to use AWS auto scaling groups we need to use for the horizontal scaling. So we need to understand the use cases also when we need to go for vertical scaling and when we need to go for the horizontal
scale.
scaling also we need to perform. Okay. So then have created LAMP.
Yes.
So LAMP instance try to create. And here I'll explain one important, say suppose here we'll go for volume level or snapshots will go. When we create an AMI also we'll get the snapshot. Okay, so now I'm creating a snapshot. I'm creating a snapshot and I can create a snapshot either from the volume I can create or from the instance I can create. But instead of doing these steps, what I want to do is I want to create a snapshot lifecycle manager and automatically I'm going to define, okay, so based on the snapshot lifecycle policy. Okay, so now if we go for the snapshot lifecycle policy, what is going to happen is we can automate the creation or retention, copy, deletion of snapshots and AMIs we can create. We can create our own custom policy or we can create our own default policy also. So now here I'm going to use like a custom policy I'm going to use. So what is your understanding of snapshot lifecycle manager? Because in S3 also we have S3 like lifecycle policy we have, but this is at the snapshot level. So what is your understanding here?
There is a cycle, whatever we are taking the snapshot now. So
Instead of taking the snapshots,
there is some of the limits, like time limits or days limits. If we are
no, no,
taking,
automatically we can schedule the snapshots. Okay, automatically
yes,
we can schedule the
snapshots.
snapshots. Okay, say here we need to create our own policies. Then what is the main advantage is at that moment, say suppose every day night 11 o'clock I need to take the snapshot manually. That manually taking the snapshot is very risky kind of thing. In order to avoid that one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a lifecycle policy. I'm creating a lifecycle policy here. I need to choose the EBS snapshot policy. Then in this I need to specify the policy description and resource tags also. All those I need to specify. If we want to give only one name, so by default we have given only the name only, then I can give the name tag. Okay, so name is my tag and what is the name I have given is maybe my second instance assume. So this I'm going to add. So like this here based on this I'm going to filter that. Okay, say if both I want to do, then for both of them I may give my key value name. I may give key equal to like maybe project name something. But as of now, name will match only with the one value. That second instance name. Okay, then I need to describe that like a description also. Then we need to give the IAM policy. Okay, so these all we need to create this enable. Okay, so I'm going to default role. So I'm giving default snapshot. Then here we need to give the schedule details. So in the schedule details, what we need to specify is like we need to specify the daily snapshots and the frequency. Okay, so all these we need to specify. Say maybe I'm giving daily frequency. Okay, so then like every 24 hours and the start time. Okay, so then retention period is like maybe if I keep retention count, if I give 7 like that. Maybe seven snapshots is going to keep, or maybe age wise also we can keep those snapshot, and for this also we can give the snapshot key pairs. All these we are going to keep. Okay, so then once I create this, like based on this, it's going to scan those volumes. Under the scheduled time, automatically snapshot lifecycle manager is going to take the snapshot. Okay, and whenever I configure the retain policy, based on the count or age retention rule, Okay, so here I'm going to keep 2. Then it's going to keep the 2. And if you have the more snapshots, what it is going to do is, it is going to delete the snapshots. Instead of count, we can give based on the age also. Now, if I give here maybe 30 days, if I have any snapshots older than 30 days, those snapshots are going to be automatically
Deleted.
deleted. So now here, what is this meaning of this? Count is, if I have a 2 snapshots, then the older third one, previous one would be there, right? That would be deleted automatically.
Yes.
Okay, so now here we can add even like schedules also we can add, and frequency here we have the daily or weekly. Mostly will take 24 hours will take. Okay, set 24 hours base. Like at when you want the UTC time, you schedule one, and on the time make sure that snapshot should be automatically, it need to be created. And you need to configure the retention policy also. What is the advantage of this is, if you create a snapshot lifecycle manager policy, at that time automatically for those instances the snapshot is going to be taken. Okay. So otherwise what is going to happen is, manually every time taking the snapshots is little like a time consumption kind of thing. In order to avoid this one, we're taking the snapshots automatically. We are going to take the snapshots. Yeah. Any doubts on this?
So can I give same time for all the snapshot, or that is not
That
possible?
depends upon the tag. You create the same tag to the instances. Okay. So now here we go to the instances, right? By default, what is that name we have given is that name is also one key pair itself. So
Yeah.
key pair means we have one key and one value. So now normally tag will contain key and value. Both have been linked. Now default in our scenario, name is the default key we are giving. Okay, and what is that value is first instance, second instance. But now in this use case, what we can do is, for the both the instances, you can here create the keys. So here I'm going to create the tags. Now I'm going to create a tag, a new tag I'm creating. Okay, the tag name what I'm giving is maybe project I'll give. So this project I'll belongs to ITCM. For the second instance also, if it is related to ITCM, what I'm giving, that project tag also I'm giving to ITCM. Then while creating for both the ITCM related tags, I have 40 instances. Then while creating the snapshot lifecycle manager, I'll choose the tag not based on the name. I'll choose based on what is the key I will use. Project.
Tag
And
Object,
the
project.
value is
ITC
ITCM. Then all the 40 instances, it will take the
snapshot.
snapshot. How you understand, right? Say suppose you want to do the bulk operations with filtering, we are doing based on the
Project.
that resource filtering we are
Key
doing
name.
based on the
Key name.
tags we are performing. Based on the tags we can perform. Okay. So now here in the security group, all these days we created the security groups, right? Here one important point is there, I'll try to cover. Mostly the recent one would be the new one. That's maybe 36. Even in the real time, we don't create like this. We'll create a before itself security group also. That's also we are going to add. Because I'm assuming this is for the instance we have given inbound and outbound rules. So now, like by default here, SSH we have, right? In the real time, don't give SSH for the complete access. Only whitelist for those IPs only. So this is 106.222. Okay, so now assume I have one more developer also. He's also is telling his I'm giving his IP also. So now his IP is 106 dot. So like this only I'll whitelist in the real time for SSH at least. Okay, so if I have 4 or 5 developers are accessing that instance, their public IP is only I will whitelist in that. I don't use for everyone because everyone giving is risky, because here if I give 0.0.0.0/0 is any IP address in the world can access. Now, as of now, have whitelisted only for those 2 IPs itself. But this 106.23.23.32, how we will get is one developer will share his IP and whitelist he will ask to give the only for him I'm going to give this. Okay. Any doubts on this?
Yes.
Okay, so now I'll save that. I'll try to ping an instance. Okay, I'll try to go to that instance. I'll go to that second instance anyhow that is stopped. I'll try to power on that.
Sir, at this time, so IP address is changed, no? When
Yeah,
we are
that's maybe
stopping.
changes, but no issues.
Okay.
So for that purpose, we are going to use the elastic IP also. Okay, so now here we have this public IP. I'll say I want to troubleshoot something. Then I want to troubleshoot that instance also. Then here I'm going to ping that instance. Okay, I need to get that ping response. But in the by default in the AWS instances, like ping is disabled. Okay, so but if you want to enable the pinging in the security group, we need to do one setting. Try to understand here. I'll go to that instance. Here we have the security group, right? I'll get that security group. Yeah, that is anyhow 36 itself. Then in this, what we need to do is, like we need to add a rule also in the inbound rule need to be added. Then here that inbound rule is ICMP traffic need to be enabled. All ICMP traffic I'm going to enable from anywhere. By default, if you want to test only from your mission, that IP you can enable that. Okay, if you don't enable ICMP traffic, okay, the AWS EC2 instances, we can't ping it.
In real time, so can we use same IP address when we stop and when we restart or other?
Not for 0.0 you don't give.
Okay.
For your IP, you can test it and we can test that.
If I'm stop also and after that when I start again, so then there is possible on same IPs for in real time scenarios or not?
No, no. In the real time, we need to attach an elastic IP.
Okay, okay, okay. In real
Okay.
time scenarios
Yeah,
also.
in the real time, if you want that instance required, like same IP, if we want uh, 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 elastic IP, we need to attach.
Okay.
Okay. So that's we need to perform. Okay. So for that we need to purchase an elastic IP, and that elastic IP we need to perform. Okay, so we need to go to like a EC2 dashboard and need to say suppose this ICMP you got it right.
Yes, yes.
So
So
what purpose we are going to use ICMP traffic? If you want to ping any instance,
then we can take that particular listing.
then we need to enable that.
Particular.
Okay, so that ping need to be done. So now here we'll go for this elastic IP also will finish. So now here if you come to this itself, we have the elastic IP here. And we need to get that elastic IP also. I think when you create an NAT gateway, you may be created. Okay, so that's still it is there. I'll try to delete this elastic IP. Okay, as of now, no elastic IPs. I'll will allocate a elastic IP. Say here Amazon also will because we are Amazon also based on the region they're getting some pool of public IPs. Okay, INI is going to provide those. Okay, so from that pool we are getting those IP ranges. I'm going to get the allocate range. Then here we got we'll get one elastic IP. So this 52.73.54.183 we got. Okay, so then in the actions, we can choose associate elastic IP. Okay, so now here that's elastic IP. I need to choose the instance. Okay, so second instance I'm going to allocate. Second instance I'm going to allocate. Okay, say if you have multiple private IPs have been attached, then you need to choose. But as of now, I have only one private IP. Okay, so that is important when you have, like we may have multiple private IPs also we can attach to the instance. I think we can attach 5 network interfaces we can attach. Okay, so what this will do is, so now here once I'll associate this, for the second instance I have associated this, I'll go to EC2. So here this is the second instance. So 52.73.54.183. So this is the elastic IP we have attached. Even the public IP also, we got the same IP, and you try to restart that IP also. Okay, it won't change.
So
You
this
got it
is,
right?
yes. So this is we need to before the stop, or like when we are stop and again when we are restarting that particular.
Even if you restart, it won't change.
Okay.
Okay, so now I want to attach like two IP addresses. So already one private IP I have 172.31.16.24. Okay, now I want to attach.
To private IP.
Okay, one more private IP I need to. Okay, so I need to attach one more. Private IP I need to attach to that. Say maybe for the sorry, for the virtual hosting, for one web server I want to give one IP, and for another web server or website I want to give one more IP. At that moment, we need to go for the, say here for the each and every device we are going to get network interfaces also we are going to get. As of now, one network interface we are attaching to one instance. So now here we have in the network interfaces, we need to identify which network interface. Mostly 36 is there, right? That 36 is our network interface. So if you click on this, then this is going to open that elastic network interface also. Elastic network interface. Then here I'll try to attach. Manage these IP addresses. So now here we have, if you want to, by default, this is the address, right? If you change that, then let's auto assign. Public IC, I'm not going to. Say if it is any available address, you want any address, specific address, you can allocate that. Okay, so then we'll go to that EC2 instance. Yeah. So now here 172.31.16.24 and the second one is 172.31.16.
24.
Yeah, 24 is one, 86 is
Another
one.
one.
So like this is when we can allocate the multiple
Private IP.
multiple private IPs. Maybe it's a maximum is, I think we can attach 5 network interfaces we can attach to one instance. Okay, so 5 we can attach. Okay, and I'll clean up this elastic IP also. AWS will charge the money also for this elastic IP. This elastic IP, first I need to do the disassociation. Then I want to release this. I'll go and check that instance. Then again, AWS itself will provide one public IP also. Public IP. I'll go and check that network interface here. So based on the 36 security group, I'm identifying that. Maybe restart also may give the public IP.
Public IP is disabled for first one.
Yeah, maybe need to restart. We'll see. Hmm. And the setting depends upon that public IP subnet setting also. This is a default one, right? I don't see any issue. Otherwise, at the subnet level, that should be enabled. Now I'm trying to start that instance. In the subnet settings, by default, what is auto assign public IP address is yes, but that is for the new instances. Once we stop that, this need to get the public IP.
Sir, is it possible to have multiple public IPs for a single instance?
Public IPs, no, because once we change that, it's going to change. At the network interface level, we have the second network interface, right?
And we need to enable the public IP in NIC.
No. Public IP at the subnet level, we can attach. For one private IP, I think we may assign like public IPs. By default, it's not there. But whenever we attach a second network, like a ENI, we are attaching, right? For that private IP also, we'll choose one public IP. So here, if you come to this network interface, '36, this is the network interface. Manage IPs. Here, when you assign that, try to attach a public IP also, try to attach it. So here I disable that auto assign public IP. So here you try to attach a new IP. Say whenever we are creating the new IP, try to attach that public IP also. If you have any elastic IP, that you can link it. By default, AWS is giving only one public IP. For the second IP address, if you purchase any of the elastic IP, that elastic IP you can attach it. Okay, for one private IP, you are attaching one public IP, and to another private IP, you will attach.
Elastic IP.
Yeah, so that's where I think we can give. Yeah, by default that is the like while configuring, I stopped that public IP. Okay, so that is the problem. Otherwise, it will come automatically. So in the network interfaces, have stopped that auto assign IP. Okay, so that is the problem we have. Okay, so then here we have the two instances, right? What we'll do is one more important step. We need to like passwordless access. We need to enable. Anyhow, in the AWS also we are taking the passwordless access. But what we need to do is in the first key, like in the first instance, I need to generate one key pair. But by default, AWS has generated the key pair and they kept the public key and they given the private key for us. But now in our use case, in the first instance, I'm creating the key pair. To generate the key pair, what is the command is sh-key pair is the command. Key gen. Okay, I need to use the sh-key gen. It's going to generate the key pair for me. And once I got that key pair, that like what are the files we'll get, all those we'll discuss now. Say here I'm going to restart the session. Maybe public IP may be changed also. Okay, we'll connect from the first so for first instance, I'm connecting first 3.series, then throughput TL connect. Sorry. sh say EC2 hyphen user. So this is the first instance. In this, I want to generate one like key pair. I'm generating already this mission having a key pair, but I want to create my own key pair. I want to create then sh hyphen key gen. So this is the command to generate a key pair. Okay, so now by default, this is we are getting ID underscore RSA. Okay, let it be ID underscore RSA itself, no problem. But now ED25519 also we have. Okay, so then I'm going to create no passphrase, no passphrase. Now you go to here CD PWD, where in the home EC2 user, right? If I search for ls, only my file, but ls-al will display all the hidden files also. Mostly with the dot extension files are hidden files. Now here we have one directory called as .sh. Go to that .sh ls. So now here we have important files we have. Try to understand authorize underscore keys, id underscore rsa, id underscore rsa dot pub, known host, known host dot old. So these all very important. Then id underscore rsa is your private key and id underscore rsa dot pub is public key. Then to which of the missions we want to connect, in that missions we need the id underscore rsa. Then on the second mission what I will do is I'll copy this content of this id underscore rsa dot pub. Okay, so this is my id underscore rsa dot pub. This contains where I want to copy is on the second mission authorized keys I need to copy. So for this, I'll try to connect to that mission. I shouldn't be in sh. I'll come to my home directory. That tilde symbol is equal to home directory. Then sh hyphen I, that Ubuntu key pair, and the second instance is Ubuntu, that at the rate, that second instance IP I need to get. So this is my SH token. Oh, any idea who is blocking us? Who is blocking us? In the security group, have opened only my IP and
Yes,
some other IP, right? That is blocking us.
yes. If we are selecting their all
Yes,
traffic, so
only,
then
yes. You got it right?
yeah.
That 36 security group I need to modify. But giving like this for SSH is not a best practice. Now I'm able to connect to this. Now here I need to go to that SH directory. Then here we have authorized keys ID underscore RSA, ID underscore RSA dot pub. Here we don't have because we didn't created any key pair here. Then if I go to that authorize underscore keys, already I have one key pair because with this key pair only if I modify this one, then I can't connect to that instance with that key pair. You got it right? Now that instance also for the Ubuntu key pair, we got the like a private key and AWS is maintaining that public key. Now I'll open that file, authorized keys. I'm keeping this one like this itself and I'm attaching this key pair, all this like a public key also I'm attaching. Okay, both I'm keeping this. Now try to understand. I'll exit here. Now I'm in the first mission. What I'll do is now I'm not entering that key pair also. Password also I'm not entering. And the key pair also I'm not entering. But in my local directory, I have a ID underscore RSA, right? Using that file, it is connected. Okay, so how it is connected without having the password and without having any key pair is what it has used. Say sh Ubuntu at the rate, how it is able to connect
Keep ID.
say that ID underscore RSA we have, right? Using that it is to connect it. Okay. Should any doubts on this? So for this complete video also I'll share one video. I think already I have shared that, but again I'll share this. So try to finish that step also. Try to finish. Everyone need to connect because for the Jenkins will use this. For Ansible also this is one of the prerequisite kind of thing. The passwordless access we need to connect. Okay.
When we lost the key pair also, we will detach it and mount another instance and we will
Yes, on that admin mission we need to keep this. That private key we need to keep on the admin mission. Okay, so whenever we have the multiple missions, administrator will manage this. He will generate one key and he will copy all that key into that. So we generated on the Linux mission, how we generated that key is sh hyphen keygen. But if you want to do it on the Windows also, you can generate your own key also. For that we can use puttygen. So now here instead of using like load, you can also generate a load, but it won't generate unless you have a mouse over. So if you stop the mouse movements, it won't generate. Okay, so we need to have the mouse. So now it is generated. This is the public key, or you can save it as a both public key and private key. In that it's generated ID underscore RSA is the private key. ID underscore RSA dot pub is
Public.
public key. You got it right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, if you want to generate on the Windows, instead of using sh-keygen, we are using puttygen we are using.
Yes.
Okay, so here we can generate the public key and private key. But in our use case, what's happening is whenever we are creating an instance, AWS itself is creating a key pair. And with the instance, they're keeping the public key in the authorized keys, and they're giving us the private key as the PEM file kind of thing. Okay.
Yes.
So using that, we are going to create that.
Okay.
So for this, I'll share that video also. Just go through that, and I'll finish one more like we can connect you to AWS CLI. So one easiest method is you can go to here, open say here we have this Cloud Shell we have, right? This is the command line itself. Okay, so here you can close this. So here, whatever the commands you want to type, you can do it from the CLI itself. And AWS is the command line tool. AWS is the command line tool. So now here we are getting AWS CLI version 2.27.55. And here already we have authenticated with this user, right? With the root user, I have authenticated. Same credentials you can get. Otherwise, we need to have a programmatic access like security key, access key. We require access key and security credentials. With that also we can log in. But if you want to practice any of the AWS CLI commands, for the time being, you can use Cloud Shell also. Okay,
Okay.
so then in the Cloud Shell, I'll try to create.
If we do manually, so then that time we need to create one IAM user. So
Yes, yes. Through the IAM you create, and you can create a public access. I'll share
public.
that steps also. So now here
Yeah.
we can create launching of the instances. All these we can do through the CLI only. We are going to do. So now here try to understand. This is one of the command line tool. So AWS EC2 run instances. Here you need to give your AMI ID, count how many instances you want, t2.micro, key pair name, security group ID, and subnet ID. So those most of them I have in my instance. Whatever you want, you can give here. But from the existing instance itself, I'm taking those. So I'll go to instances. So I'll existing instance. I'll get that. AMI ID. I'll use the same AMI ID. So this is my AMI ID. Count I'm giving one t2.micro, and I'll use the same key pair also. Key pair is Ubuntu key pair. That 36 something we have the security group ID, right?
Yes, 36 group ID.
That security group ID also I'll get it from the security. So this security group ID I'm giving. Then I need to give the like that subnet ID also. To which subnet it belongs. Maybe from the networking I can get, or here also I have. So this all depends upon our requirement we are choosing. Even if you understand in the GUI also we have selected all this. Then I'll try to run this from the Cloud Shell. So now
Sir,
this.
in real time scenario, so which
No,
commands
we'll
they use
use
like cloud?
Terraform itself, but practice more on the CLI also.
No, so means we are running any commands now. So that time we are using right now putty, MOBA stream. So in the company, so that's why I'm asking.
Companies also mobile extra may be there.
Okay,
Or Putty also.
okay, okay.
Okay.
For
So anything
Azure,
that's 2 to 3 minutes. That's it.
yeah. So for user Azure, they are using for visual path or Visual
For Azure also we can use mobile extra or Putty.
Sir,
Okay.
Bastion is easy or
Bastion is only to connect to the private subnet machine. That's it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Bastion is only to connect to the private subnet missions.
Okay.
So this output they have shown in the form of JSON format. It is showing us.
Yes.
Okay. So now that instance also it will start that instance, and once you got the instance ID, you can stop the instance. All these you can perform here from here. So
Okay.
here we run AWS EC2 run hyphen instances. Okay. So now in the second command we can add a block devices you want to add. You can add. We can add a tag also. So GUI wise we are going first instance, second instance we are changing, right? The same thing you can do from the command line, and list of instances AWS issue to describe instances. Okay, so then we can delete our instance. For that, we need to know that instance ID. And if we give the comma multiple instances, we can delete it. Okay, then stop the instance, start the instance. All this try to do it
Yeah.
from the command line also. You try to perform those.
Yes.
And
CLI.
for the S3 also try to do that through the command line.
Okay.
Okay, I have given as of now Cloud Shell, but even for the CLI also how to create all that, I'll share one more video also.
Sir,
Okay,
can I do? Yes. So can we do these all the like steps in user data or not possible?
these are
Or
not the user data is not possible.
okay. So in user data we can
User data
easily
on
do.
top of the instance, what are the commands we want to run, we need to run.
Okay. Okay. Need to install that kind
Yes,
of
yes, that's
install
packages
of your.
kind of thing, or user creations, password resets.
Okay. Okay.
This is on the AWS level, this is doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So first till this, try to finish all these use cases.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So tomorrow, uh, eh, other than evening, any other time is possible.
Yes. You can whatever you
Yeah.
have time
What
you
about
can.
others?
Yes, sir, we will connect.
Tomorrow morning connect. Will connect at 9:30.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Sir. No issue.
Okay, then morning 9:30 will connect.
Okay. Sir.
Okay, sure then.
Thank you.
I'll share this also.
Please share.
Sure.